Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Flash. So let's start talking about this episode, the return episode from the mid-season finale, leading into the mid-season premiere. So, what happened in this episode? It's very much an aftermath episode, where in the last episode we saw that Barry did not see a good future. He saw that Iris was going to die, and now Barry is kind of shutting himself off because of it, kind of learning some stuff from Oliver, where he doesn't really want to tell anybody about it, but everyone notices something's going on. But in the middle of the episode, I'm glad it didn't drag, where he does tell Iris what happened. Iris is upset, but still comforting Barry. I'm sure the moment where she really realizes she's gonna die, it's gonna explode a bit more in the future episodes, which justified it should. Emotionally, it should happen. So then Barry and Iris tells everybody except Joe, because Joe will not be able to handle that news. Other stories going on, we have a very small side story with HR and Cisco dealing with the Star Labs Museum, no one showing up, but building it slowly, where, of course, we'll probably see it as a Flash Museum sometime in this season or next season. And that's kind of a smaller portion. They deal with some of the science stuff, trying to figure out Caitlin's cuffs a bit because they're malfunctioning. And that goes into one of the bigger stories where Caitlin still is trying to deal with her powers, and then we see Barry and Cisco see that there's a headline that Killer Frost is at large, so Killer Frost can still happen. And that's one of the big things that's going to happen. Of course, then they teased the musical episode, Gorilla Grodd coming back, so they did tease a bit with these headlines, and we'll see if Team Flash can make these things not happen. And connected to Killer Frost, or to Caitlin's story, is having oh man, why I'm blanking on Harry Potter's Draco's name right now. Well, Draco. He's going to join the team, and it's a decision, do we make him join the team, do we not? And he ends up joining the team in the end, so that's kind of a smaller portion, but it was connected to Caitlin's story, and it was nice to see him, because I did like his character from the last episode, and he's really growing on me. And then, lastly, we get to see Wally being Kid Flash and having fun, and learning to be kind of a sidekick, but being his own hero at the same time while Barry's going through a lot of this emotional stuff. So for me, I thought this is, oh, and also let me mention the cliffhanger where we see probably Gypsy, because Gypsy has already been announced, coming into the city, and it looks like next episode is going to be a Cisco-driven episode, because Gypsy's character is connected to Vibe's character in the comics. So, I thought this was a solid episode. I enjoyed it, and I feel like it was more of an aftermath episode. It was about tying together some loose ends, but at the same time continuing to see where these stories grow. Caitlin's story, which is going to be a full, obviously an arc for the whole season, and probably more. And then what was dealt in the last episode with Iris's death. And I thought they dealt with it well. I liked that, like I said, it didn't prolong. I really liked how they used the villain of the week for this episode, because usually my biggest complaint for Flash and Arrow is that they never know what to do with their villains of the week, and they're always the weaker part of the episodes. But here, the villain of the week is justified for the main plot. I'm not saying he was rememberable, but that's okay, because he was there for something else. It wasn't just to punch him. It was a plot device in some way, which I did like, because usually the villains are just kind of there to punch something in the episode. So I was very happy that they utilized the villain of the week a little bit better here. So like I said, it was a solid episode. I'm hoping with Caitlin that we'll see a nice redemption arc. I know, obviously, her future is Killer Frost, but in the comics right now, they're trying to redeem Killer Frost. So I have a feeling they're doing that for a reason for the TV show. So it would be nice to see that headline change a bit. And I think that is the point of showing her destiny is to be a villain, but she can change to be a hero, just like Iris's destiny in this season is to die, and for her not to die, and if she does, something else will happen, I'm sure. Maybe calling back to a comic book story when she did die in the comics. What happened there? She went to the future. So I'm very interested to see if they end up doing that, because it'll be interesting how they could flesh that out on television. So I liked the episode. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Of course, tomorrow I'll have a review for Arrow. Sorry that I will not have Legends Tomorrow reviews for the rest of this season, because it is on Tuesdays, and I have Teen Wolf and my live show. But of course, I'll be talking about Legends of Tomorrow on the Legends of Tomorrow podcast, where we'll be recording that show on Thursdays. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later.